Hi, today I'm going to read from you from my book, Powerful Parenting. I'm going to read a story I wrote that talks about organizing and preserving memorabilia. I'm a big fan of memorabilia and traditions. I learned a lot from the wife of Dr. Dobson and Emily Barnes, the late Emily Barnes. But I want to share what I wrote and hope it inspires you. I want to share the passion of preserving memories for your child and even for you. The following was taken from my special seminar for parents for preschoolers and is written here for your convenience. Don't feel overwhelmed by the ideas that I share, and don't feel inadequate, as if you can't do a lot or just do some of them. Many people never had their mother save things for them or even give them ideas. And please keep in mind that even if you don't necessarily feel you'd appreciate the same keepsake, your child may be very different from you. Let your child decide when they're older if they want to keep it. I found some of my kids don't want them and I still keep them. Being an empty nester is a different thing. So when we have some of that memorabilia, it kind of warms our heart. When what I wrote was, if they don't want it, you may want to keep it for yourself. My 4-year-old already appreciates a journal that I've been keeping for him since he started talking 2 years ago. He told me he was so happy and was going to write in it himself when he gets older. He wanted to take it to bed with him and marveled at the beautiful fabric cover. Oh, little kids are so cute. So he's 30 now. I've heard of keepsakes being handed down to a child at age 5, 16, or even when a hope chest is given to a daughter. Keep in mind, there's not just one way to preserve memories. The ideas contained here are suggestions. Highlight the ideas that strike you as something you'd want to do, and put a red circle around the ideas you definitely are going to do. Press on with efficiency as a parent. And you can get this book on Amazon, and I have in the text below how to get it. Photos. Ever wonder what photos to keep? Professional, personal, special holidays, special occasions, or siblings. Personal photos, get duplicates. Now it's so different with digital cameras. But get duplicates. What I used to do is put one in the calendar and put one in the baby book. Professional, take a professional picture every 3 or 4 months and use coupons if they have them, or have a friend that takes pictures. And we could do it with our own camera, right? With our phones. So some of this is a little outdated, but I talk about taking your pictures and having duplicates. Calendars are wonderful to write like a journal, and from birth to age 5, you can write in it and say what your child's doing at every month or every day. A baby book is a must for every baby. Insert your official copies of documents, and be sure to, and I always keep the originals in my safe, but put the copies in your baby book. And so that you don't want the originals to be soiled. Cards. Ever wonder what cards to keep? I always kept the cards from the parents and siblings. So insist that you and your husband write sentiments in the cards. Keep these the first year of your baby book in the calendar for special occasions. It's generally difficult to have the husband write the sentiments in the book, but he may on a card. Clothes. What clothes do we keep? Okay. We always want to donate our clothes to other families having babies, but I always kept unique outfits, home from the hospital, baby dedication, first birthday, first Christmas, first Easter. And I stored in a special box, and I put a label on the outside with the number corresponding to a card, which I had in a card file. And it described what was inside. So I include a photo of the baby in the outfit. Remember to keep a pair of the baby's first socks. How about a newborn diaper sample? Clean, of course. The umbilical cord clip, a wristband, and a name card that they got from the hospital. So keepsakes, you can purchase silver spoons, cups, rattles. Children love to use them for special occasions. And I used to sell this, so I said, see me for a special price. Also, keep anything that's hand sewn or crocheted by friends and family, and attach a note to the item before packing away so they know who made it for them. Announcements. Always keep your birth announcement copies, newspaper for the day, if you still do that, a newspaper announcements or birthday invitations, clip to the calendar and keep the newspaper, keep that copy of the newspaper separate. I even put cards, the birthday cards in the baby's first book, book. Namesake. Is your child named after a relative or a close friend? Put a special photo of that special person in their room, preferably holding your child if possible. I have a picture of my mother, and Laura, my daughter Laura, was named after my mom, Emily, her middle name. And my son Richard, middle name was Joseph, after Grandpa Joe. So we had pictures of them holding them in the room. Toys. Did your child have a special toy or a book? Put that aside. Make a record yourself of reading to your child and enclose an article to a magazine that you wrote talking about a special toy, or enclose an article to a magazine that you wrote talking about a special toy. I didn't really write back then, but you can write a little story about how your child responds to a book that's read. Trends. When my kids were little, Lion King, Barney, Elvis stamps. These were a few trends over the past few years. Keep a memory of some sort for your child. Videos or DVDs or reels. Keep the baby's first year separate from the home movies, although you may want to duplicate the footage on both. Video your child at the beginning of each month for the first 12 months to show your child's progress. Prints, handprints, and footprints are a must for baby books, bookmarkers for mom and dad and grandparents. Put footprints and handprints on aprons, in concrete blocks. Usually infants will grab plaster, so be sure you have 2 people involved. Otherwise, outline the baby's handprint on a cardboard and trace it onto aprons. Footprints are a breeze and very attractive. We kept all that stuff. Journals. Journals capture the cute things your toddler says when he begins to communicate. Infants up to 1 year can be taped to capture baby sounds. Keep a tape player or record on your phone by the bed where most of the baby sounds are made, and record that in the morning when the child is so cheerful and talkative. Most doctors will let you take sonogram sounds. Tape sonogram sounds. Boom, 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 boom. Cool, right? Involvements. Swimming lessons, playtimes with friends. Keep your photos, certificates in a separate box and label with a number corresponding to the index card with a file card box. What about costumes? Keep all the costumes in a separate box, again with a numbered index card. The card file box will remind you what is in each box. And as a child gets older, you may choose to get rid of those, but sometimes parting with those special costumes you pick out, sometimes it's more for the parent than even for the child. Birthing. Have a nurse videotape or another photographer take pictures of dad cutting the umbilical cord and baby being weighed, baby on your breast or on dad, having tummy time. Shoes. Save the first slippers or the first walking shoes. Bronzing is optional. The natural way is very sentimental. Bronze if you have a permanent place to display your keepsake. What about bedding? Crib comforter ensemble is nice to save. Keep a remnant of the curtain or the wallpaper and the baby scrapbook if you had a nursery. And I remember downsizing, getting rid of the comforters and the beddings, and everything is so new, you know, and different, but drawings, save your baby's drawings. Save 2 a week, and then pick out 1 or 2 favorites for the month. Save in a notebook or a special book. Growth charts. Mark your child's height and weight every few months and date it. Hang it on the wall in the bedroom where you remember to check your baby's progress. Behind a door, behind a door is okay. Ornaments. Keep dated ornaments for the baby's first Christmas, second, third, fourth, etc. Extra special memories. If budget is tight, make your own ornament and put your baby's photo in it. Birthday. Find a toddler cake and make for the second, third, fourth, and fifth birthdays. They're so fun. I remember we made trains. We made a lot of teddy bear cakes. Select a new one each year if the child wants. Otherwise, you could start a tradition. A little bit more on ornaments. We started getting the big ornaments that had, you know, motion to them. And we have picture ornaments. We still have some of those motion ornaments, and they go on the back of the tree now as my kids are in their 28 and 30. And they are the balance to the weight of the Christmas tree, but we didn't get rid of them. And framing. Frame your photos of children singly at the same time. You can group them. Collect photos of siblings together doing special things and put them in a special frame. After the 1 year, put the photos in a collage. Example, me and we have an example of me with my little sister. So you have the photos of your child alone and also include the siblings. So that's just organizing and preserving memorabilia. It's a lot, but you know, the other thing is my gift is hospitality. And one of the things I love to do is make a home and collect the memorabilia for my kids. If it's not your thing, it might not be your thing, but for those of you who it is, I hope this is really helpful. Be sure you buy my book on Amazon. And this is Dr. Marianne Cintron. Happy parenting. Bye-bye now.